This is Mark Anthony with Mercury Time Price Analytics with our end of the day video for ES futures trading on 12/26/19. If you'd like more information, you can go to our website, mercurysignals.com, and you can also register for our next free webinar at mercurysignals.com/webinar-registration. And what we do is we provide the most sophisticated institutional level algorithms available anywhere, period. But we provide it to you, the individual trader. These are algorithms that are more accurate than anything that the banks and the institutions have, and I dare them to prove me wrong, but they're available for you, the individual trader. So we're going to come back to this chart in a minute. What you see on this particular screenshot is our risk management tool. These are algorithmic pivots, these horizontal lines that help you manage the trade and know the most opportune places to take your profits. So we're going to come back to this in just a minute, but let's look at today's trading. Now, there's two core things that we offer. One is an automated algorithmic entry system for long and short entries on ES futures. This is the most accurate system that you'll find anywhere. And again, we challenge anybody to prove us wrong on this. So looking at the trading, here's Christmas evening. Our automated system fired a long entry Wednesday evening at 32.28. Now, these yellow lines, these are intraday pivots. So we put out what we call our Mercury bands and algorithmic pivots. We put those out in the evening, and those are based on RTH closing data for that particular day. So we take that RTH close data, and we create these algorithmic pivots based on our proprietary formula. Those pivots are good for Globex that evening and for the day session the following day. Now, what we're looking at here, this is today's trading. We'll get to tonight's pivots and the pivots for tomorrow in just a minute. So our automated system fired a long entry last night at 32.28, and it ran all the way up here to 32.38. Now, this is an example of the power of these Mercury bands that we put out the night before. When there's a half trading day, like we had on Christmas Eve, we don't update the pivots unless it's a full day session. So this extension pivot, this was released Monday evening, 32.37.92. On today's trading, and again, we don't update these because Christmas Eve was a half session, where did it go? To the tick. We should call this system to the tick. It will do this virtually every day with these extensions. The Mercury bands are multi-day cycle, long cycle and short cycle. So the short cycle is X amount of days, the long cycle is an even longer amount of days. But last night, yesterday evening, forgive me, the entry was triggered on our automated system. It ran all the way up to the tick, to the Mercury band extension 32.37.92 that we had published Monday evening. Now, the first part of this system is the automated long-short entry triggers, and that's what you see here. These are not simple moving averages. These are mathematical algorithms. They look like some type of moving average system. These are based on particular time price mechanics that are specific to ES. And the system, or the trade, forgive me, went up to the tick to this extension. Now, it backed off a little bit. So the whole idea is you combine the automated algorithmic system with our proprietary Mercury bands. And these are here for one reason only. They're to let you know the ideal place to take profits. So if you're trading a one lot, it's kind of hard because you're either all in or all out of your trade. But we recommend trading in multiples of 3. So just at its most basic level, you're trading a 3 lot. So with your 3 lot, you're long Wednesday evening, Christmas evening, 32.28. And on Thursday morning, it goes up to the tick to this Mercury band. Well, that's where you take a partial profit. So imagine taking a third of your profit off at that point. You've booked 10 handles. And now ES pulls back. Now, sometimes in a second account, I'll try and second guess my own system. And in that second account, I took a short position right here at 32.35. Now our algo is still long. So I took a short position here at 32.35. And it came down a few handles and it ripped. Well, where did it go? It went right back again, second time today, to within a tick of the Mercury band extension at 32.37.92 that we published on Monday night for our subscribers. Now, it came down again. And so, stupid me, I tried to short it one more time. Now, here's where it gets interesting. We put out 3 sets of algo pivots in the evening that are long cycle, 2 sets based on multi-day algos, and then in the morning we put out what we call Mercury dynamic pivots. Those are taken at a precise time, about 2 hours before the market opens, and those are more granular. You'll see a lot more levels on the chart, and those are more designed for day traders. But the third type of pivot we put out, and again, if anybody's got anything more accurate than this, we're not trying to be bold, but please, we'll put this up against anything. If you're a day trader, you cannot trade without these live intraday pivots that we put out. We put out 2 of these in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. They're done at a precise minute in order to make the time price dynamics work, because everything we do is based on time and price. And trust me, time is a whole lot more important than price. So our AM pivot, this AM number 2 pivot comes out a little bit before noon. Came out at 32.34.15. Our afternoon pivot, 32.33.64. Now we put out 2 afternoon, we call these live pivots. These are the ones that are generated live during the day based on whatever ES is doing during the day. The yellow one is of particular note because that is a much longer cycle than this white line, this AM live pivot. So if you're going to pay attention to just one of these, it's the yellow one. Well, look what happened here late afternoon. So here you're talking after 3 o'clock, you get this little move down that went exactly one tick below our afternoon long cycle live pivot, 32.33.64. So our system is still long. It never got out. It closed the day long. It never got out of the long entry from last night. But if you're a human trader, what the algorithms do, because this is what they're designed to do, they're designed to set hooks or traps, whatever you want to call it. So you went up to 32.38. You came down once. You came up again, almost to the exact price. And then you came down and you get this long range bar and everybody's piling in trying to short it. Well, it only went one tick below our live pivot. So the minute that went down here and it came back up, it didn't matter if you were trying to make a human trade out of a second account like I did, trying to short this 32.35. The minute it ticked at 32.36, that was it. And we posted that. I posted that in our Slack channel when it was down here. I told our traders, if this ticks 32.36 and a quarter to be precise, it's going to close on the high, and that's what it did. So again, our automated algo never got out of the long position. In my second account, I had to close this. I ate one handle. It shows right here on the diagram. Closed the short at the white arrow, which I'd entered at 32.35. Had to flip long at 32.36. And it closed on the high. Now, again, in our regular account, the system never got out of that long position. You can see it came close, but it never got out. Now, let me switch over to the algo pivots that we posted on Twitter. Twitter handle is Mark Anthony. And yes, that's my real name. I remember when I was a kid, my mom always used to say, Mark Anthony, when are you going to take things seriously? I'm 56, and I'm not sure that's going to happen. But again, just a reminder, our website, mercurysignals.com, you can see our trading methodology. It is incredibly detailed. We don't hide anything other than the actual equation that's in the algorithms. We show you exactly what we offer to our subscribers. Now, these are the algo pivots for tonight, and I'll go in a little bit closer so you can see these lines a little bit better, but I just want to zoom out for a minute. What amazes me every day is how precise these algorithmic pivots are. You couldn't put these on a chart with a pencil and a ruler any tighter than this. If we go down here, this is our level 2 extension. Again, everything on this chart, except for the live pivots. The live pivots are generated intraday. Everything else on this chart, these are signals that are generated at the end of the day. There are some older pivots in here, like this time algo. But the Mercury band short cycle, in fact, let me switch over here. This is what our traders get after RTH close. You've got 2 upper extensions, you got 2 lower extensions. Then you've got the Merc band upper level and lower level, and a couple of mid bands in beneath. We got a short cycle and a long cycle. Even the short cycle is many days, the long cycle is many more days. But what we do, especially if you're a visual person, this numbers on a spreadsheet, I can't process that. So as soon as I release the pivots, I put it on a chart overlay, and this is what you get. So notice you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 short cycle pivots, the cyan lines, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 long cycle. When you see the long cycle and the short cycle come together at close to the same handle, those are going to be particularly powerful. But just zoom out at this for a minute. So you got this extension down here, 3097. If you remember a week ago, we had this little blip down below 3200, and then boom. And then you've got this extension level at 3114. Now, these pivots will literally slice through price congestion zones. Look at that. Completely bisects that. Then you go up here. Now, this is the Merc band long cycle, lower extension. That's the lowest of the 4 long cycles. Okay? And look where this comes in at. Again, it slices through this congestion zone. So these pivots do one of 2 things. They will perfectly bisect a price congestion zone, or they will show you the precise support and resistance. So if you go up a little bit higher, look for where the short cycle mid number 2 comes in and the long cycle mid number 1. Can you draw it any better than that? If you look up here, the Merc band long cycle upper at 3203, can you draw well, it used to be resistance, now it's support. Can you draw that any better? And again, this is mathematical algorithms that we're simply running the numbers. Once we run the formula, put it into a spreadsheet and give that to our subscribers, and then the proofs in the pudding, we take these numbers and overlay them on the chart, and that's where that comes from. These are all computer algorithms. None of these lines were produced by just overlaying it on, visual technical analysis. And then you've got this short cycle here at 3214. Can you draw it any better than that? Now, let's zoom in on the chart for a little bit. And you can see, if you look closely, the live pivots from today. Now, let's move in just a little bit closer. And that's Maggie, the trading cat, who's in the background if you hear the little meow. And you know what? Let's go in just one more. Again, this white line here and this yellow line, these are intraday live pivots produced today, 12/26. Now, this is why you had to flip long. So we got this little pullback. So this was the morning high, just a tad after 11 o'clock. We had a pullback. We retested the morning high. Now everybody's thinking, oh, we got matching highs right here. Let's pile in on this short. It looked like a good short for a minute, and it came down here. But the minute that bears couldn't take out this morning low, or I'm sorry, this was a little afternoon. So later in the afternoon, after 3 o'clock, around 3:30 Eastern, bears couldn't take out that early afternoon low. So here you had morning high. We had just after 12 o'clock low. We had our mid-afternoon high, late afternoon low that couldn't take out the early afternoon low. So you see the handle, the wick on this candle just goes a little bit down below 32.33.64, and boom. And if you look at this line, this is exactly why you had to be out of the short at 36. Look at that right there. I'm pointing at the screen as if you could see it with my index finger. I'm sorry. 32, 36 and a quarter. And that's why in the Slack channel, I told our subscribers, if you're short and you're trying to outthink our computer, it's not going to work. You need to flip long at 32, 36 and a quarter. It's going to close on the highs, and boom, that's what you get. So that about wraps it up. Again, if you'd like more information, you can go to our website, mercurysignals.com, and it looks like this. And to give you an idea how much information we have about our methodology and trading tools, click on Methodology and Trading Tools, and you'll see our cute little slogan: no human can outtrade a computer, annoying pop-up, and no computer can outtrade our systems. And there is information, a video there you can watch, but we show you our automated system. We show you all our risk management. I mean, we don't hide anything other than the formula itself. We tell you exactly what you're getting. And by the way, our subscription rate is 62% off for our winter special. If you click on subscribe, you can do that. If you go to our website and click on the webinar registration button, we'll get another annoying pop-up most likely. But the next webinar is Saturday the 28th, 1 p.m. Eastern. Just go to this page, click on register for the webinar. You do need a registration code, and then you can be on that webinar, and we'll show you in much more detail exactly how our algorithms work. And remember, the whole bottom line is these are institutional level algorithms that are available for individual traders. And I'm telling you, there is nothing the institutions have that is any better or any more precise than this. And the beauty of what we do is not only do we show you live on screen, our subscribers get a live chart. I mean, this is exactly what they saw. This streams live to our subscribers so they can see the trade entries that our automated algo puts out in real time. They don't have to guess at it. So if you're watching the live chart on Christmas Eve, which you probably shouldn't have been doing, but if you're watching this live chart on Christmas Eve, boom, there's your entry right there, gang. And you can see this whole thing play out round the clock on our live chart. We've got a Slack channel where I post commentary analysis, try and keep folks out of trouble, like telling everybody that you cannot stay in this short if it goes above 32, 36 and a quarter. But the live chart's part of our subscription. Slack channel's part of our subscription. You get the Mercury band pivots at the end of the day. If you like to trade Globex, they're perfect. Those pivots continue throughout the day. And then in the morning, about half an hour before RTH opens, you get our Mercury dynamic pivots. And I'll show you more about that not last night, pardon me. I'll show you a little bit more about that tomorrow evening and show you the level of granularity that the Mercury dynamic pivots get into, because those are the ones that have descriptive names like backtest pivot, confirmation pivot, tick acceleration pivot, where not only do we put these horizontal lines on the chart, but we tell you what price is going to do before it happens when it gets to those levels, because our proprietary mathematical equation has not only identified pivot levels, but the type of characteristic behavior that you will get typically when price goes to those levels. So once again, our website is mercurysignals.com. Sign up for the free algorithmic trading webinar, mercurysignals.com/webinar-registration. And by all means, please let us know any feedback you have. If you like what you see, tell a friend. If you have suggestions, that's even more important. Please let us know how we can improve this service. Look for daily update videos every day. And on our Twitter channel, or Twitter handle, forgive me, at Mark Anthony on Twitter. Thanks again for watching. God bless you, and have a wonderful evening. And we hope to see you back here soon. Take care.